Guys, welcome to the first podcast interview. I'm here today with none other than Dean the Taff Morris. Dean, welcome, mate. It's an absolute pleasure to see you.
Mate. Happy days. I'm glad to be here. Nice to meet you.
You too, buddy. So, Dean, tell me, if we take it back, give me a bit of an idea of sort of how growing up was for you and sort of childhood into teens, school life.
Yeah. Well, growing up for me, I had a good growing up. My parents are really good people. Like I got grown up. My dad had his own landscaping business, so I worked for him. I didn't last through school. I ended up leaving at 15. But when I left school, I worked. My mother's an hairdresser. Wow, a lovely woman. I don't know to say she's my mother, but she is. Growing up as a kid, I was quiet. A very quiet kid, and you couldn't bring me out of my shell. Even my mother couldn't. I was the type that's like, either be in my bedroom or out the back garden or out the front where I could be seen. I didn't like not to be out of sight. I was very nervous, you know? And then obviously, it got to the point where I was getting bullied, and when I was expanding, going out through comp, I was going out to different people because I started getting my confidence out a little bit, but then I was getting bullied by 10, 15 boys at a time. Believe it or not, they're my friends now.
Do you think the bullying was because they thought that you were quiet and sort of more?
They thought I was a pushover, and then when they got to see that I wasn't, oh, you're my friend now. So we could be friends now. You look after us now.
And whereabouts was that, Dean?
I was that was about 11, 12. Yeah, about 12 years of age. I was 12.
And that's
before that. When I was younger, like I said, I got bullied through my primary school. I ended up moving to a school that was like in the school for like mainstream or special needs because I fell so behind on my work. I couldn't read and write properly because I just didn't want to be in school. I was down. I would sit in a corner on my own. At one point, I kicked the teacher in the leg because of this. I couldn't concentrate on myself. You swear I got ADHD, but I haven't. This is the way it was. It's because of the school back then in them days. It was horrible. Like, you know what I mean? And any kid that's been through this now, or going through this now, they'll understand what I'm on about. Some teachers just put in a blind eye to what goes on in school, and it's quite sad, isn't it? But I didn't, like, obviously then, I met my friend. I've spoken this in the other podcast I've done. We was like brothers. I still call him my brother now. We went out one night, just out for a walk, and they jumped us again. I was, do you know what? I've had enough. So we went to boxing together, and it was called at the time Fairfield ABC in South Wales. And Pappy Jones, his name is, my coach. And I still call him coach now. Do you know? He's a part of my life. He always will be. And he trained me, brought me out my shell. So did my brother's mother and stepdad. They just turned me into something else. They're travellers, yeah. So I got involved, and obviously I got to learn to live like them. They took me away on weekends, and they welcomed me, do you know? And that's what I call her, my brother. I do call her mum. She, like Vina, her name is. Do you know what I mean? If she ever gets to see us now, she'd be smiling. Okay, and she go, my boy. She calls me my boy. Do you mean she calls her son my boy? She goes, my boys. Do you know what I mean? What a woman. And what amazing. I'm not going to say I had a shit childhood. I didn't. I had an amazing childhood from my parents and that side from her as well. I got a brother and sister, doing loving the bits. They do get me on my nerves as well, like, but I look out for them as well, do you know what I mean? And my criminal record side of things as well, what I was on about, you fighting and that. It's because of them. I've stuck up for them.
just before you touch from there, so what age were you when you actually first went into the gym, into the boxing?
I was 13, first ever proper time. I've been boxing like before that, but never fought. My first ever fight was when I was 14.
Fantastic. And whereabouts in South Wales was that, Dean?
Port Talbot.
Port Talbot. Ah, okay. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. So then if we if we then fast forward a bit
Yeah.
to sort of
Okay.
15, leaving school, like you say, were you working with your dad at that point doing, yeah. When was it that things started getting a bit tough for you then?
Tough. I tell you where it got tough is when I give up boxing. I give up boxing when I was 17. Then I started out doing the party life. Girls, drink, the drugs with substances, and yeah. Then it led from that to meeting my ex-partner, brought her daughter on. She's my daughter, yeah. Changed my life around. Then I went back down the slippery road. Done a few years again. Back on drugs, back on the drink, back on things I shouldn't be doing, back into the fighting. So yeah, that was that. And then obviously I sorted myself out, got back into work again. I'd done a charity boxing match, and I fought a good boy. I beat him, and I wanted to carry it on. But then what happened is you get things going on in life. Like I was fighting for my kids at the time, and I just give it up again. And obviously later on, I met my partner Kaylee, and yeah, we clicked straight away. So then I moved to North Wales, and obviously I'd been out of the ring for before that charity fight, I'd been out of the ring for 10 years. So I moved up here, and it was only this last 8 months. I said I want to start fighting again. It's going to keep me sane. My head started going again. I'd rather go back to the old me. I wanted to be a better me. So I said to Kaylee, I want to go back boxing, but I don't want to be gloved. She said, what do you mean you don't want to be gloved? I was like, well, I want to do bare knuckle. Well, she said, if that's what you want to do, then go for it. She said, go for it. I'll be there. She said, I don't care what you want to choose in life. I'm going to stand by you for what you want. And then when she said that to me, my heart came back for the fight. I got love back. I was like, yes, get me back in there. So I was training in a different gym. It's a bodybuilding gym. I was 16 stone. Do you know what I mean? I was a big boy. And one day, my mate Jake, good boy now, come in. He said, Dean, what are you doing in here? He said, get off the bag in here. He said, come to Arsie's gym. I'm not going to Arsie's gym. I said, well, I'm not going back fucking MMA. I said, I'm not an MMA boy. He's like, no, go do the boxing. I do boxing. I said, I'm not doing boxing. I said, I want to do bare knuckle. And my hands are cut. I was at the bag. He said, look, just go back. He said, go to Arsie's for me. I was like, okay. So he took me here, picked me up 5 o'clock, brought me out. Arsie met me straight away. Instantly clicked, me and Arsie. And then, like I said, ever since then, I've been here. Now I've obviously got things going on, which is like the bare knuckle, the fights. I've got the training side of things. The kids, what I'm doing for the kids right now. Do you know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm gonna
we'll touch on that. So,
yeah,
just to sort of rewind a little bit. So, obviously when you met Kaylee, that's a huge point in your life, you know.
Massive changed me. Massive.
Yeah, massive. And obviously as well, I know from seeing your previous podcast that you moved from pretty much North Wales. You befriended Kaylee.
I moved from South Wales to North Wales.
Yeah. And what's really nice about your story with your partner as well is the fact that you built a connection, and then that connection grew into something stronger. And the fact that you've got somebody that's saying, whatever you want to do in life, I'll be there and I'll support you.
Yeah.
It's huge, no?
Yeah, of course. And you know what? Obviously now, the situation with the bare knuckle, why you stayed, as you know, you've got pictures. I'll give you the picture. You can post them in here afterwards to see the mess. I had to go home to my boy like that, but my boy will see that and he's gonna get used to that because he's gonna know what I do for a living. Do you know what I mean? It's my living. This is what I want, and I want him involved in boxing. I'm not gonna lie, because even now I bring him here. Now he punches the bag. He's only 6 months old, and he's actually like that. It's class. He's 6 months old.
That's a definite then. 6 months old punching the bag. You know that he's going to follow in his dad's footsteps. No,
I think he will. I think he will the way he is. And when he's here, he's sat there with his mum, and he's watching everybody comes in, and the women I think I'm like, oh, your daddy's boy, you are.
Talk to me as well. I know it's quite a sensitive subject, but I know
Yeah,
there's going to be so many people and so many viewers that are going to relate to it. So
yeah, yeah.
talk to me about when you first sort of started having the mental health issues, and that started. Was that? Do you think the drugs played a part in that, or
No, no, no. The drugs got me out of thinking of it. It was the time I didn't do the drugs. It was the time when I was 16. The first, like I said on the other podcast, as you know, I tried hanging myself in the shed. Lucky enough, the rope snapped. Thank God to this day. There's been times I've done this since, not because of drugs, it's because I was on a low spiral. I wouldn't see my kids. Things went on, and I won't go into it, but I nearly lost my kids. I fought for court, and I gone back. I thought the world was ending. I thought if I'm not going to see my kids, I don't want to be here no more. I love my kids.
Yeah.
But obviously, somebody found me, my ex-partner, she found me, she pulled me down. Once again, I was saved. So that was the last time I thought, you know what, I could have lost myself, I lost my kids for that. I'm going to do something about that. Let's go and fight for the kids properly now. And I did. But I've always suffered with mental health from the age of young anyway. I think it's mostly because of my confidence and the bullying and the self-destruction. In other words, I didn't believe in anything. Like, for instance, I'd put chips on. My father would be shouting down the stairs. The food's fucking burning. My head wasn't there. I couldn't think. Do you know what I mean? This is why. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, me training alone, just in a normal gym, not even in you. I got to train to keep my mentality of my brain, and as many others out there that I'll agree with this. Like, I mean, the mental health is a serious thing. The drugs didn't help, and I will say this to whoever's watching this now, drugs might take your mind off it on our time, but the day after, you still got an issue in your head. It doesn't disappear. And like I've spoken about the medication the doctor give you, it took my emotion. It didn't feel like I loved my kids. That's quite sad, that is. Do you know what I mean? I won't say the name of the medication I was on, but I've been on a few. But emotionalness, do you know what I mean? I have always been like an emotional guy to my family, my kids. Like, there's stuff happened in the past that, like, well, there we go. While I've been training for my first fight, my uncle, my nan died a week before my fight. Didn't have any emotion, nothing. Didn't cry, nothing. Not because of medication, because I'm not on it. It's because I was so focused on this fight and training these kids. I didn't have time. It's only now, this last, like I said, a few weeks ago, it hit me. And the trauma that happened in the past, it came all at once. So, yeah, I did go down a bit of a spiral. I'm not saying drugs, but I'm on a down level. It's only this last 2 weeks I've been up back to myself. Since that fight done with Phil, I weren't mentally stable, like mentally fit. I shouldn't have fought. But you do, as you know, with mental health, you're going to get these days and you go down, and it's how you pick yourself back up. Do you know what I mean? But I picked myself back up. I went come in the gym one day and I was like, I'm here for the kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think I can relate so much. I lost my dad when I was 9 years old.
Yeah,
and in quite tragic circumstances as well. And then from that age, I've there's not a day I'm 45 now. There's not a day that's gone by where I don't think about my dad. And it's that thing now where I've got my own son. And even after I've had a bad car accident, and my head was a bit fucked as well.
I can imagine it. Exactly. Like, I had a car accident myself. I wouldn't get in the car. I wouldn't get in the car for 6 months. It scared me. I wouldn't drive.
The biggest thing for me with that is the fact that I know the pain that I've lived with all my life because of what happened with my dad, and then now having a little boy myself.
Yeah.
It's like I can't have those thoughts or even think about that because I know how it affected me as a kid, so I could never, to my own son. But I think when you become a parent, it's a big deal, isn't it? It's a big deal.
It is, mate. When you're a parent, you gotta like. I know it's harder to say, and I know it's harder to say than it is to do, but you gotta be there for your son before you start. But you gotta be there for yourself as well. So in the meantime, you're fighting like for yourself, but you gotta be there for your family. It's hard, but I say if you're on your own and you're struggling, there's always somebody out there for you as well, isn't there? So when you can speak to somebody. And that's what I've said all along. My TikTok as well. My TikTok, my Instagram, everything. I always say to some people on, if you've got problems, inbox me. A lot of them do, a lot of them don't. But you got to speak out. You have, and you can't deny that.
Yeah, respect to you for that, mate. And I think the more people like yourself, myself, and other people that speak up, and actually it helps a lot of people, because a lot of people are too, I don't know, especially with men, if they feel they might.
It's a man thing. You don't want to talk these problems. You're not a man if you don't talk about it. But you are a man if you talk about it. If you talk about it, you're more of a man than our man is hiding his emotions. Trust me, guys. Trust me on that one.
100%.
I made that mistake when I was 16. I thought I'm not going to be a man if I start talking. Do you know what I mean? But obviously it took years onwards this last year I've realised this. This is why I'm doing these podcasts, not just for myself. I'm doing it to help others. Do you know? I want to help you all. Do you know? Don't suffer in silence. Get out and speak. I don't care if you speak to your mum, dad, fucking nans, grandpas, a lot. Speak to somebody. You go.
100%. A massive respect to you for doing that as well. Mental health is a big problem, and like you say, when you were younger, when I was younger, it wasn't really heard of. Not like it is today. Mental health now is so sort of socially accepted, and when
I will say this: a lot of mental health is because of the substance abuse. If they realise this and come off the substances and have a good few weeks clean, their mind's clear and they can think about stuff. Because I've been there. It makes stuff a lot worse than what it is. It does.
Yeah, I did as well. I had a suicide attempt when I was a kid. And my mum was on sleeping tablets, and I just went and ate a ton of her sleeping tablets, and they caught it, ended up in hospital, stomach pumped, and then I had to see psychiatrists and everything, but it wasn't.
And this is another thing I'll get to here now, I've never had that opportunity to have that help. I went to the doctors and I told them what was wrong with me. Like I said to you just now, they give me medication. I wanted counselling, I wanted support. Didn't get offered it. I'm not slagging NHS off, because I'm not. But I had to deal with this my way. If I left it to them, I would have been on medication still to this day. I still would have been on those nasty pills. To me, they're nasty. They might not be nasty for anybody else. They might work for them. I'm not saying come off tablets. But honestly now, medication isn't for me. Isn't. And it never will be, because this place is for me.
Yeah, respect for that. I think sometimes it works on different individuals.
It does, mate. It does.
Some meds work, some meds don't work, and I'm in a position where I can't have any tablets to do with sort of mental health and antidepressants because of the tablets that I have to take after the car accident. So they can't mix, basically. So,
you can't. No.
I almost embrace the mental health myself. I know it's in me. It's always going to be in me. And regardless if I was taking tablets, then it still would be in me, but the tablets just sort of cloud it over and mask over it. It's still there. It's still there. And if you stop the tablets, you're in trouble again. So the fact that you found a different route with fitness and the gym and the boxing, I think it's fantastic. And it's a great message as well to let people know. So just to sort of start on the bare knuckle scene then. So when was your actual first proper bare knuckle fight?
It was June the 23rd, I think it was. June 23rd. It was my best. It was my best mate. It was my mate. He boxed in the army, I've boxed in the amateur. He's seen me box before. I've seen him box. And I was looking for a fight because my opponent, which I'm not going to name him, I'm not giving him the air clout. You know who I'm on. I pulled out 3 times a game. So anyway, he jumped on. He said, "I'll fight you, Dean." I said, "Oh, thanks. Nice one, Luke, mate. Let's get it on." He said, "What weight do you?" I said, "I'm 79 kilo." He said, "I'll get down to 79 kilo for you. We'll have a good scrap and we'll have a pint at the end of it like we would." I said, "Luke, let's get it on, mate." Yeah. And we had this bit of like back and forth chat. And in the end, it was like, "I'm going to knock you out, Dean." I was like, "We'll see, Luke. Come and knock me out." Do you know what I mean? And the fight didn't last 50 seconds, do you know? And everybody was like, "Wow," do you know, afterwards, like, and even afterwards, I shook his hand, touched him, do you know, because I love the boy, he's a good boy. I said, and even now, like, do you know, if he watches this now, Luke, you rushed in, you didn't pick your shots in after that, mate. You should have realised that from your experience. But I'm still good friends with him, do you know? I'm never going to diss him. He's a good boy. And if he wants his rematch in bare knuckle, try and get to the London arena sort of thing, and I'll fight you there if it takes on from there for me. If not, then I will do the hybrid with him, but it'll be on my terms and my time when I get a chance. But he wants a rematch, you see. But I mean, I'm too busy to do a rematch with hybrid boxing because I got so many bare knuckles coming up. And then we had my second bare knuckle fight, which was with Philip Hartley through YouTube was. And like I've explained, I lost a lot of weight. I was 70 kilo, 71. I was ill for 2 weeks. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. Every time I looked at my food, I was going, like that. You couldn't touch food. So obviously, you know, you can imagine the state. Obviously, look at me now. You know, I'm back up to 77 kilo. I was like really skinny. And look at the fight, guys, if you see it, yeah. And I was obviously, one eye was blinded. I'm not going to go into it. I had blood all on my face. I couldn't see. I was just swinging, yeah, swinging as much as I could, just to get through the fight. We had a war. We fought till the end. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have gone that far. But if I was back to myself, it wouldn't have gone that far. I'm not making any excuses, Phil. Anybody else? There was no excuses. We drew. That was it. If anything, I think he won. That's my opinion of it. I'm a fair man. Do you know what I mean? But he's going to get, if, obviously, there's rematch talk as well. Wow, he's going to get his rematch. And I will say this to you on this one, Phil, yeah? I'm going to drop you by the second or first round. Promise you. There's a different Dean. You're going to see, that Dean you seen that day weren't Dean. The Taff, I went to Taff. The Taff is what you're going to get on the second one, yeah? But leave out there, Tim. We'll leave out there. But then, obviously, we got this one now.
Just to touch on that, because I was there at the event, the Simon's event with YouTube was, and I was there with Scott Chegg, and shout to Scott Chegg, by the way, and Simon. But yeah,
and Simon, yeah, big up Simon.
I swear to God, like from the spectator's point of view,
yeah.
For me personally, it was the best fight of the event.
I believe it was the best fight of the night because none of them went to the third round. None of them give heart like Phil. I will say this: Phil got heart. So have I. I've got the heart. I've got the knowledge. Got it all. But Phil gave his best, and I will give him his best on my second one. Promise you. But Phil is a gentleman. He is a gentleman. Simon Kirk, big up Simon Kirk. Me and him have good friends, really good friends. Christian, another good guy, really nice guy. Do you know what I mean? You got Video Craig, fucking funny boy, man. But yeah, like I said, the next fight I've got is in London Arena, the O2 Arena with Jim Freeman. Yeah. It's a big, massive opportunity for me. This is, and when I got offered this fight a couple of months ago, it was against another good boy, and I was like, "Yeah, get me on it. I'll take it. I don't care what boy. They could have 10 fights. I'll still take the fight." But anyway, I was like, "Yeah, get me on it." It fell apart. That did. Then Jim contacted me this week. He said, "I've got your fight in." I was like, "Right, sorted. Let's get on." And he said, "You want to be 77 kilo?" I said, "Yeah, I'm ready there. Let's get it on." So anyway, he sent me my tickets out. The tickets here. The fight's going ahead with the second two Welsh boys to go at each other, apart from sort of Sean Jaws and Dan Chapman, which was first. Me and this other guy are the second ones to go for it first. So we've got two Welsh boys. It's gonna be a scrap. It's gonna be a scrap because I know for a fact if this kid comes in like he does, I've seen a video footage. He's quite sharp, but it's not gloved. And he needs to realise this. I'm built for bare knuckle and I'm not gloved. And the way I box now is totally different way I used to box with glove. And he's gonna have a war off me. And I'll tell you something now, this platform I've been given to go on, I'm over the moon. It's like achievement for me, my family. And I don't do it just for me. I don't do it for the money. A lot of people do this for the money. The day I come home with a belt and put it around my son, that's me done. I will say this, that's me done. That's my job done. I want to prove to my son and myself, I am not like I used to be. I can achieve something in life. I will get it. I won't stop until I achieve what I've just said. And I will.
Massive respect about that, mate. Yeah. I mean, the BKB is a big.
It's a big event, mate. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting bigger than UFC. Put it that way. I know for a fact.
I mean, bare knuckle in the UK, it's the biggest rising sport, by far.
How many professional fighters have you seen from boxing, ex-pros, that's gone to BKB? Barry Jones. You got the new one, the one that's fighting Dan Chapman, Commonwealth Games. You got this other one that's fighting Dan Chapman next on the 16th. What a guy he is. Do you know what I mean? Chris something? He's an unbelievable boxer. Do you know what I mean? You've got some good talent coming up in this bare knuckle. And it's not like how we first started, he's scrapping and he's doing it. And it's not like that no more. These boys are skills and they're proper boxers. But what it is in bare knuckle, it's a skill, but when you're getting punched in the face with bare knuckle, it's not the same as a glove. Do you know what I mean? As you can see from my eyes, guys, doing it's not the fucking same, do you know what I mean? You go blind. Do you know what I mean? Like my coach, Arzi now, he had a problem with his eye. Do you know what I mean? His eye is done. Do you know what I mean? It's a nasty sport to get into, but I'd rather get punched in the face by a bare knuckle than a glove. Because glove over the years, it's got to do something inside there rattling.
It's the what I love about bare knuckle is any punch could end it.
Oh, mate, the punch on my first fight dropped the boy in 20 seconds. 20 seconds. And it was only like, it was a jab. Anybody watches my last fight, they'll see what I didn't have to explain it. It was a jab in the right hand. And he went down. He got back up. Fair play to Luke. He got back up. The second time, he got dropped and his legs just went like that. And I was like, yes. And I tapped my coach's hand, which is Harry, and obviously Paul, my other guy, that's my best mate. And he's like, well, let's go, team. We're on our way. Because I take my boys with me. I'm not doing it for me as well. The boys who I train, and the boys who, like Ari trains me now, I'm taking them with me. Do you know what I mean? I don't just do it for myself. We're going as a team. We're the team. Do you know what I mean? They go through what I go through. The pain I go through in here, they take me with me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like my mate now, Paul, that comes to the event that was in my corner. He drove 4.5 hours and drove 4.5 hours back in the same day. That's 8.5 hours drive. That's more, to me, that's more work than I had to do. Because I was in there for fucking, sorry for the language, but I was in there for like literally 2 minutes. Now that guy had to drive 8 hours for this. Do you mean that takes that's a friendship, isn't it? And my coach, Arzi, you got Harry. I've got a new coach on board now as well, Ethan. He's an MMA boy. Yeah, mate, honestly, for them to put the effort in what they're doing for me, they're taking the time out of their day to come and train me. Like, I'll come in and I could text Ari now and say, Ari, hard work, now, let's go. 5 minutes, he's here. Do you know what I mean? I've got so much good support around me, like with that side of thing. I can't fault it, honestly, mate.
When you've got that level of support around you in your corner as well, and in your fight, whether it be in your training and and at the fights themselves, and then you've got your partner Kaylee giving you complete unconditional love and support
Oh, yeah.
in what you want to do, that's got to sort of really make you feel.
She does give me the kick. Kaylee gives me the kick to go and do it. But Kaylee gets me up in the morning to go train. Do you know what I mean? She's like, come on, training. Give me my bacon sandwich. I'm a dirty eater, but I don't follow his diets, guys, but I'm eating salad and all that. Do you know what I mean? I'm a steak guy. Do you know what I mean? I'll eat what I want. I'll eat the chocolate bar and eat in the packet of crisps. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to eat clean all the time. I'm still 78 kilos, 77 kilos, as you can see. I'll eat what I want. I train hard to keep the weight off. Do you know what I mean? But Kaylee is an unbelievable woman. She looks after my kid, yeah? She looks after me. She looks after the house because she knows I'm busy here. I spend most of my time here. If I'm not training kids, I'm training myself or the other people that I'm training. I've got a few boys now coming up. They fight on September the 2nd. I'm training them as well. Do you know what I mean? So I ain't really got much time at home until I go at night.
So, Dean, tell me about where you are now in the gym, because it's you're running the gym as well, aren't you?
Yeah,
tell us about the gym and what you're doing.
Literally this week, I've just started taking on the gym. There's another person taking it on with me. Like I'm doing like the kids classes as I was. There's classes in the morning, like there's classes in the morning, like fitness. There's classes at 5 for fitness. I'm gonna start doing like a women's box fit as well. There's gonna be a few things happening here that's gonna change. It's gonna like improve the gym. I'm gonna have a ring set up here for the boxers and kickboxers. As you can see behind me now, there's 3 bags there, but in time there's gonna be bands up the back up there. It's gonna be like scaffolding bands where you can work around it, work around a lot more. There's equipment up there for the weights and everything, like circuits and stuff like that. So yeah, the gym's gonna be improving a lot more as well. Big thanks to Ozzy Thomas for giving this opportunity to me, because I've never had this in my life. And he thinks a lot of me for him to give me the chance. Do you know what I mean?
Tell me as well, because I know another thing that you're passionate about is children and youngsters getting involved and off the street. And
yeah, these kids in North Wales, there's not much here for them. And the kids I got coming in now, there's some of me young. There's 2 older ones here, like, and then in the kickboxing as well, which I don't have nothing to do with because I'm not a kickboxer. There's a couple of kids coming in now that's 15, 14, which is good. And the kids is coming in here now that, like, some of them got behaviour problems, ADHD and stuff like that. They come in there, they're wild, but they listen to me because they're like, Coach, Taff, am I doing this? I'm like, you doing it now? Go into that circuit and behave yourself. As you go stand over there and you can miss out in class. Do you know what I mean? They're comical. They got their own little characters, and I love that. Do you know what I mean? Every child comes in here, they're not the same. Do you know what I mean? And like I got 3 kids here, I call them champs. And they are little champs to me. Do you know what I mean? You got Zach, Andy, you got the girl that started as well. I can't remember her name, I'm very sorry, girl. They're really coming on well. Like the 2 boys are going to end up fighting now soon. I am proud because I've done it. The way they're fighting, like they sharpen us on these kids on the pads, and like I'll say, right, give me 4 shots. And by the time I've done the 4 shots, they've already got another one. I'm like, come on, let's go, boy, let's go. Do you know what I mean? These kids are unbelievable. They're learning so quick. But I suppose it's down to me as well as them.
You're still a young,
I put it.
Yeah, and I mean you're still a young guy yourself as well. But
yeah, I'm only 31. I'm only 31.
Yeah.
I got 10 years left.
The thing as well is now you're experiencing with the children in the same manner that your coach experienced with you when you were younger.
Yeah. Oh, like with Parkby, Dan. I believe it or not, Dan Chapman trained me as well. I've been coached by Pappy Jones, Dan Chapman. There's another coach from the Bulldogs in Talbot. They coached me for about 5-6 months. Dennis O'Keefe, he's an ex-army boxer, a really good boxer as well. He improved me. I've been improved by 3 different coaches. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously what I do now, I coach myself as well. So I learn things myself as well now, because it's up to me to learn. It's not up to Ozzy. Like Ozzy coaches me. But it's not up to Ozzy to coach me all the time. I got to learn my own way as well. I got my own style now. Before I had different styles because of their coaching. So now I have got, do you know what I mean?
I think it's completely different, but I worked as a chef for 20 years and I worked with some fantastic chefs. I was down in London in hotels, restaurants, and it's exactly the same principle. Each of these great chefs that I worked with during my career, I took bits from each.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then that...
You put them together and it works.
So, Dean, tell me, we've got BKB coming up, 16th of September at the Indigo, the O2 Arena.
Yeah.
Fighting on that platform, what does that mean to you?
It means a massive, massive thing to me, because this is what I've come into BKB to do. Since I started BKB, that was my goal. I wanted to be on our platform because of Dan Chapman when he got on there and he's training me. This was 2 years ago. Since 2 years ago, I've always wanted to be on BKB. And now I'm on here myself. I've got the opportunity. I'm like, do you know what I mean? I can't explain the feeling of it. It's amazing. Like, do you know, I've got something out of life that I really want. The love I got for it. I'm like, do you know, I can't wait to get in that ring, show my talent, show what I'm about. You're going to see a different Dean to what you've seen in the last 2 fights, trust me. And I'm going to train my ass off, if I'm allowed to say that. I'm going to train my ass off for this fight. And do you know what? I'm just so proud of myself. I've come a long way. From where I've come from to now, big achievement. And as you can see the smile on my face, I'm chuffed. Do you know what I mean? I've improved, and it's like when you get people set goals in life, and they don't get these goals. I've got my goal. I have got my goal. I am doing something I thought I'd never ever get a chance to do. Don't forget, Jim will probably agree with this. I've nagged Jim for the last 6 months. Give me a fight. And then he comes across like a couple of days ago. I've definitely got you to fight. You want it? And I was like, yeah, get me the fight. Let's go. Do you know what I mean? He said, I'll send you the tickets for the post. So, guys, obviously, I'm going to say this to you all now as well. If you want tickets, contact me. And, yeah.
Man, yeah, everybody get in touch with Dean. What I'll do, Dean, as well, is any links to anything in regards to like the gym.
I got a link to, yeah.
I'll add into the description, guys, so you can contact Dean. I can't wait, personally. I'm going to be down in London for the 16th.
I'm going to put
really
a show
looking forward to it. And I know you've got Simon with you as well, haven't you? In London.
Big up Simon Kirk. Yeah, do you know what, that guy phoned him? It was just before I come on here. And I said, Simon, Kaylee's going to walk out on the thing. I said, but I'd rather her sit with your missus if you're coming. He's like, what, you want me to? So obviously I said, I want you to walk out with me, mate. You've got me to a level as well. You give me the platform on YouTube Boss. Now I'm giving something back to you. You can promote yourself and your platform by walking out with me, and being there means more than that. He's a mate. He's not just somebody I fought for. He's a mate, right? What a gentleman of a guy. If there's anybody looking to do BKB, I'm not saying this because he's my friend. Get on his show, build his platform up. It's his first show just gone. Let's make number 2 massive. Let's do it. Because I'll tell you something now. Some of the boys on our show, they can bang. Let's see whoever comes next, because there's a lot more coming on our show. I'll tell you something now. The second show's going to hit. I'll tell you that now. And if I don't fight on our show, what I'm open to, I'm open to. And it's going to be for the rematch, as you know. And I can't wait, mate. The show, for his first show, it took off well. Do you mean the entertainment,
There was a great
Do you know what I mean?
attendance as well, you know, a great attendance. You know,
Yeah,
for their show, so many people there.
yeah. And the boys that I've met through it. Like one of the guys messages me daily, Andy. He'll watch this probably. Andy's a lovely guy, and I got
Is that
offered out by
Andy
Scott.
Goodhand? You talking Andy
Yes,
Goodhand? Yeah.
yes. I got offered out by Scotty G, didn't I? Yeah. And I was like, do you know what? This guy ain't right. I'm not being brigaded, but he's gonna come for me. And then Andy went, you're offering somebody else gonna take you apart. He said, I tell you what, I'll do him better. I'll fight him myself. I was like, yes, Andy, go on, lad. I said, I'll even train him myself if you want me to, mate. Just take him out, get him gone. He's a nugget of a guy. I got no hard feelings against this boy, but to come out and call me out, like he's called the other scumbags out, hasn't he? But that don't care to me. But to call me out, biggest mistake of his life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
to be fair as well, you've put your work in, you've had your fight. You're on the BKB platform as well. So you're getting, you know, you're going to be appearing next month there.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's hard, and one thing that I do have respect for people who do want to get involved, but I think there's right ways of going about it.
There's right ways and there's wrong ways, and he's doing it the wrong way. He's offering people out. It's not the level he want to be offering out. Like Andy now, that's perfect. I'm not saying Andy's a bad boxer, but that's his type of level he should be offering out. Not offering boys out like my amateur background. I've had over 20 odd fights. Do you know what I mean? Welsh Championship. Fought in the Welsh Championship, God knows how many times. You're often somebody that's been fair. Do you know what I mean? Not bare knuckled, but gloved. I've boxed for years, and you're offering somebody like me. Danny Christie. Come on, you can't be offering us out like that. Danny Christie's much leveler than me. Do you know what I mean? But you're offering good boys out, Scott, and it ain't going to go good for you, mate. You're just getting a bit hurt, and I don't want no one getting hurt. But sadly, mate.
I think as well, like one of the big things as well with bare knuckle, I don't think there's any bare knuckle fighter. They all hold so much respect for everyone to get in the ring.
Yeah,
you know,
I got a lot of time respect for any of them again. I think I will take my hat
nobody wants.
If he turns up and gets an ring, fair play to him.
Yeah, nobody wants to see people get seriously hurt.
I don't wish hurt on anybody, right? But like I said to him on that video that I done the other day, I will hurt you. I'm not in it to come in and tap you and say, you know, this is it. If you're coming in the ring with me, I'm going to bang you out, mate. End of. I don't want fights to go longer than 2 rounds. I want to be in, out, get my pay dog, get my family home safe, me safe, and I hope to God they go home safe as well with their family. I don't want people to critically ill over it. I'm in it for the sport, the love, the passion. I don't want to go in and like torture people, like hurt them bad. I don't. I'm not that person. I used to be an idiot. I used to fight in the street. Do you know what I mean? But it got me in trouble after, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? And this is why another thing is as well. Me hitting bare knuckle in a ring, I'm legal to do this. Yeah, I'm not saying I should go around fighting people for nothing. There's those people that are grudges against me, so they got paid for what they had, and one of them still paying for it to their pay. He runs when he sees me, the little crackhead. But but it's not the point though. I'm not in it to fight and hurt people. I'm in it for me and my family. I'm out to better myself. I'm not interested in this trash talk. Do you mean call me out? Do you want? Yeah,
I think the thing as well.
You will have your fight, but you're not going to get the trash talk like doing like that. I've done a few videos of trash talk with one certain individual. With one person, I have to. But when it came face to face me on the press conference of the last fight, which was with R.C. Thomas's, he didn't say much. He's a bit of a YouTuber. He likes to talk shit, if I'm allowed to say that. Let's put it that way. I'm not saying his name. He's not nothing. He's not no clout off my name. He made a video about my fight the other day. In fact, I laughed at it. Do you know what I mean? I commented on it. Well, at least that boy got the guts again to ring me. You won't, Lou. Do you know what I mean?
Respect and complete
Sausage.
respect to that too, mate. So obviously now then, so where can you see what's the future for Dean Taff Morris? What do you
The
want to
future
happen?
for Taff. The
Yeah.
future for Taff. I'm up and coming. There's gonna be a lot more coming from me. There's gonna be a lot of learning from now on. A lot more learning. I got learning myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm learning people, but I'm learning myself. I'm gonna be a better boxer as much as I can be. I'm gonna be a better person than myself. I'm gonna be there. I'm hopefully gonna get as big as I can on the platform wise. I'm more like I might be thinking too much of myself, but I'm hoping one day I'm gonna be up there with Barry Jones and the Sweeney. I'm up that level. I want to be that level. I'm gonna work my ass off to get to that level. I'm willing to push myself to everything to get to the level I want to be. And I know in my head where I want to be. So I'm going to work for that. I've had my ups and downs that could have set me back months, but I've come out of them because I know what I want and I'm going to get it. When I want something, I always get it. Work in this way. I'll work my ass off. I train 4 times a day right now. It's only because it's Saturday. I haven't really done much today. But normally, 5 days a week, I train 4 times a day. 5 mile run, circuit. I do my bag work. Come back in, I do my bag work again. Then I do the sparring, 20 rounds, easy. And then I'll do a little jog maybe in the night. Do you know what I mean? I train my ass off. I train proper hard. When it comes to fight camp, I get it. Well, this is obviously this BKB one's a short notice, isn't it? I haven't got 8 weeks. But I'm fit anyway. So I've just got to push myself a little bit harder for this next 4 weeks, haven't I? So the next 4 weeks is out. And then come in.
Well, you're ready, mate. Honestly, you're there. You're representing Wales and as well.
I'm representing Wales, North Wales, South Wales. I'm representing everybody that's here in the People's Gym in North Wales. I'm doing it for the kids I train. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for my boy. I'm doing it for my parents. I'm doing it for myself. There isn't anything I could say about it because what I'm doing, I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna be better for me and my family in the long run. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously, like working as well, the gym. Do you know what I mean? I'm putting everything in here at the same time, so I'm working like in here and fighting at the same time. Now, any fighter that knows this, trying to run something and train at the same time, it's not easy. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you miss a meal because you got to come here. But I don't mind that because it's my commitment. My mindset is totally different. I've got to do it for my own self.
And so I think it's superb, and I think all of the hardships that you've been with, and we've sort of touched on earlier, if you can put all of that together and use it for your own gain.
Well, put it this way, my mental health, I use it as a strength. I used to use it as a weakness. It's a strength for me now. I use our mental health for me to get up in the morning. Right, you getting up, you're going to that training session this morning. Do you know what I mean? I like other times I'd be like, I'm going to bed. I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up today. I've got nothing to get up for. I can't do it anymore. I got things to get up for. I got my family. Do you mean? I'm a totally different person now. And whoever's watching this and knows me, knows how far I've come since I've been up here in 2 years. 2 years being in North Wales. And it's the best person. And I will say this, I'm a different person to what I used to be. I love the person I am now. Do you know what I mean? And I love my life right now. And I will promise you all, whether my family, my friends, the people that support me, I don't call them fans because that's just pathetic. Whoever calls people fans, I don't agree with that. But my people that support me, yeah, I'm going to prove to you, and I will do this for you. I'm going to go places just for you lot that's doing it. You're behind me. So I'm going to be in forward, pushing it for you lot.
Dean, I've seen you fight myself in person. I know that you're a cracking fighter, and the fact that you went at 100%,
No.
you know, when you fought Phil, but I can't wait. I'm going to be there at the Indigo on the 16th. I cannot wait, mate, for the fight to see you know.
And for you to be there now, you're going to see the real me. How you're going to see? No, it's not even going to see the real me. You're going to see the better me again, because I'll improve every time, every fight. And I'm not bigging myself up. I'm going to improve every fight I have. So whoever's watching this and they want to call me out on next shows or whatever, just be careful what you're going to do, because I'm improving every time. And I will say this to you guys. I don't care what, if you're 16 stone and you want to fight, let's go. I'll get 16 stone, I'll fight you. Oh, but Deck and Eggy, if you want it, let's go, mate. I'll fight for 15 stone. Oh, but don't care, mate. And that's a fact. And I'm saying this now, not because I want the clout. Deck and Eggy, you're all over the you're everywhere. To me, mate, you got that one punch. Have you got the skill? No. Let's see where that goes in a couple of months. I'll give you a platform. I'll give it a chance. If you knock me down, you'll be the first one that does as well. Not bigging myself up, but I just can't stand you, mate. I'm an in person. I don't like you. End of. Over that, Deck and Eggy.
Respect, mate, respect. And what I want to say, Dean, I want to say firstly, like, a huge thank you for this, you know, coming in, giving me the time as well. And it's a brand new channel, but it's all
a brand new channel, mate, and I'm proud to be the first on you. And you know what? I will help your channel as much as I can. I'll put it on all my platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Whoever's your thought, obviously people are going to see this now off my platform. If you see this, give him a follow, give him a like, give him a subscription on YouTube. Give this guy a gentleman. He's a gentleman. Forgive me the time of day to come on you now, guys. Give him a chance.
Respect, brother. I want to say, Dean, before we wrap up, mate, is there anything that you want to get across?
One thing I will get across is I do apologise for my last performance. I apologise for that. It's my downfall to what I was going through, and I'm very sorry for it. Please don't take as our box. Come to the next fight, and I'll prove to you all. And I'm very sorry for the way I boxed. Philip, I'll see you on another day. Oh, best wishes to you. Keep safe, and big up my sponsors from the last fight. Scorpio Printing, AJ, Adam, my other sponsor. He does photographs and the videos, and I can't remember the business name because he got a funny name. Snowdonia Landscapes. I haven't had a chance to thank him yet, but thank you. And if there's anybody else that wants to sponsor me after this for the one in London, contact me. I'll be happy for you to jump on board. Yeah. And big thanks to you, mate, for having me on and giving me the time of day. Like I'll tell everybody who gives me the time of day, do you mean? Big up you. Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. And what I love about yourself is the fact that you've grown so much when you've been up against it, and you've come through that to where you are now. And I think that's a fantastic message to a lot of people that will be watching this as well.
Yeah. You know? And obviously, if there's people struggling, I've said on my last podcast, I've said it, I'm saying it now, just give me a message. Do you know what I mean? Contact me, or if you don't want to contact me, then try in when you're ready to. But look, don't struggle alone. Yeah. Speak out. That's my answer to it.
Dean, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. I'm really looking forward to being there at the O2 as well on the 16th, guys. So anybody that's that wants to go to an event, O2 Arena, 16th of September, BKB, you're going to see Dean, the Taff Morris, is going to be there. He's fit, he's well. Goes without saying as well, mate. Look, an absolute pleasure. You're a gentleman yourself, and I'm really looking forward to coming down and seeing you again. And
mate, it'd be a pleasure to meet you in person again. And like I seen you on the last show, but we didn't get a chance to talk because I had to go to hospital. But this time, I'm going to finally get to meet you, and yeah, we're going to have a good chat. And hopefully after this, mate, there's going to be another podcast involved. Hopefully. And we're going to have another story and another track. But like I said to everybody else on here now, follow me and you're going to see a different me every time. I'm not the same person every time you box. You're going to see different styles.
Guys, check out the links in the description. You'll have the links there for Dean's socials as well. And also you'll be able to get in touch with Dean if anyone wants to be there on the 16th. I'm sure Dean will be able to sort out tickets and bits like that for.
You could PayPal. You could put the menu through PayPal, like bank transfer. I'll send the tickets to your home address. There's also a link where you can pay for the tickets as well. So I'll give that. I'll obviously going to get our link. But yeah, big up for you for promoting me as well. You have promoted me, and I'm going to promote you on my way as well. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with Liam Hartley. I promoted him doing the shared his stuff. I still share his stuff now. I'll do the same for you. And I wish you all the best with your platform now. And I hope it grows.
Respect, brother. I thank you very much. It's been this isn't the last time that we're going to speak.
No.
Definitely. People keep an eye on this man because he is going places. I promise you. Massive respect, brother. Honestly, can't wait for the 16th, mate. We'll keep in touch anyway, and I'm really looking forward to it, mate.
I'm looking forward to it myself, mate. And you know what? It's not even nerves on this fight. I normally get my nerves on like my first fight that I had done. I got nervous. I'm not nervous this one. I'm ready. Do you mean I can't wait to get in and show my skill? This is what like I've already explained. I've wanted this for so long. I got it now. Big thanks to Jim Freeman for giving me the platform to be on the world. Thanks, Jim.
Respect, mate. Well, Dean, thanks ever so much for your time, brother. And I look forward to speaking again soon.
And you, mate. Take care. Look after yourself.
Guys, get into the description. You'll find all of the links there. Drop a like, drop a subscribe. Big respect to Dean. And we'll see you on the next podcast interview.